Finally, proper football is back because today was the Community Shield, the official curtain raiser of English football between the Premier League champions and the FA Cup winners from the previous season. So Liverpool and Crystal Palace, they played it out today at Wembley Stadium with the FA Cup winners Crystal Palace emerging victorious in the end. I guess this was a surprising result for a lot of people because, of course, everybody expected Liverpool to have won this game because, of course, they are Liverpool, they are league champions. So they're always going to be favorites against Crystal Palace. But Crystal Palace has shown us over the years that they are one of those teams that when you are playing against them, especially when something is on the line, you cannot underestimate them. Just 4 months ago, they showed us that in the FA Cup final against Manchester City, where they won 1-0 to set up this game against Liverpool. And today, they have proven their mettle once again because Palace is indeed a tough nut to crack. Liverpool started like the better of the two sides. Of course, they got an early lead as Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike, they linked up with Ekitike getting his first goal for Liverpool. It was a brilliant finish and Liverpool looked as if they were going to run away with it at that point, but it was an incredible reaction from Palace. They were able to get an equalizer from the penalty spot as Jean-Philippe Mateta sent Alisson the wrong way and he made it 1-1. But almost immediately, Liverpool were back in front again as another new signing, Jeremy Frimpong, scored his first goal. It was a brilliant goal, I have to say. It was a brilliant goal, whether he meant it or not, because some people would argue that that was a cross. But whether it was a cross or it was a shot on goal, I don't really care because it was a brilliant goal stuff of genius. And Liverpool summer signings, they were on a roll, guys. They started the game with 5 of their summer signings. Frimpong started, Milos Keke started, Florian Wirtz started, and Hugo Ekitike started as well. So it was a Liverpool team that was very much filled with new signings and they were looking really, really good because the link up between Wirtz and Ekitike was really brilliant to see at times in our first half. So Liverpool were back in front following that Frimpong goal, and at halftime they were leading 2-1. But the second half was a totally different affair because Palace came back a rejuvenated side. Guys, they were the better team in the second half, and I have to say that they deserved their victory in this game today because that second half performance from Oliver Glasner's side was just brilliant. They didn't give Liverpool an inch. They were pressing Liverpool relentlessly and they got their equalizer through Ismail Assar. A brilliant finish from him off the post and into the net. It was 2-2, and once it was 2-2, they still kept pushing, guys. It's not as if Palace sat back after making it 2-2. They kept pushing. They had even the better chances to win the game before penalty shootouts came, and in the penalty shootouts they won. Of course, Dean Henderson was the hero once again, just like he was in the FA Cup final against Man City a few months ago. He was the hero once again because he saved 2 of Liverpool's penalties, and also Salah missed the first one. Of course, it was a frustrating day for Salah both during the game and in the penalty shootout. He didn't have much chances. He didn't have so many chances during the game, and in the shootout he was the one that stepped up for Liverpool first from the spot and he blazed it over the bar, and Palace had the advantage. From that moment on, Henderson was definitely the hero of the afternoon for Palace. Congratulations to Crystal Palace because it's an impressive feat for them. Just a few months ago, they won the FA Cup against City, and now they have won the Community Shield for the very first time in their history against league champions Liverpool. So congratulations to them. What a job Oliver Glasner has done in his time in charge of Crystal Palace, because in his 61 games that he has managed Crystal Palace, the guy has won 2 trophies, guys, with a team like Crystal Palace. I think he has clearly overachieved with this club. So congratulations to them. It's always good as a football fan to see that the underdogs, sometimes they end up winning the trophies. It's always good from a neutral perspective that the underdogs win trophies at times. So I'm really happy for Crystal Palace and the outcome of this game today. But for Liverpool, they can be disappointed that they lost the game, of course, but it's not the end of the world because this is the Community Shield, guys. The Community Shield, there is this myth around the Community Shield that the Community Shield is a cost trophy, because when you look at the records, like the records don't bode well for winners of the Community Shield. I don't think Crystal Palace will care much about that because, of course, they are not aiming to win the title next season. Let's be frank. Despite winning the FA Cup last season and winning the Community Shield now, we all know that Crystal Palace, one of their ambitions is not to be Premier League champions, if they are being honest and if we are being honest. But For a team like Liverpool, who aspires to win the Premier League, losing the Community Shield is not the end of the world, guys, because history shows that the team who wins the Community Shield doesn't always end up winning the Premier League title. So I think Liverpool can take some encouragement from that aspect, because in recent years we've seen it in 12 of the last 13 seasons. The team that has won the Community Shield has not won the Premier League. Man City have been victims, Arsenal have been victims, Liverpool themselves have been victims, Leicester have been victims, all of this in recent years. So Liverpool should not beat themselves too much over this defeat today against Crystal Palace, because it really doesn't mean anything going into the new season. But overall, it was a great afternoon. What a game both sides they served to the fans, because Wembley was cooking today. Liverpool and Crystal Palace fans, they were filled in the stadium. The atmosphere was electric, and the game on the pitch was a matching fit for the electric atmosphere in the stand. So I think for football fans today, it was a great day, and the Community Shield is always great to watch, because we know that once the Community Shield has been played, the very next weekend the Premier League is going to resume. And I guess everyone watching this video would agree with me that the Premier League has been missed. We have missed the intrigue and the thrill of the Premier League. So it's good that the Premier League is back. But for Liverpool, they shouldn't be so discouraged, guys, because of course we saw some good signs from their new signings today. They played really well. Ekitike and Vitz, their link up particularly was really impressive. And I know they are still interested in Isak. If they can add Isak to this team, they are still going to be the favorites for the Premier League title. The only concern for Liverpool for me is the fact that they don't really have much depth in the centre-back position. But other than that, this is a team that won the title last season, and they have strengthened this season with the addition of some key players. So the squad overall is better than it was last season, but the concern is that the depth in the centre half is not that much, because aside from Konate and Van Dijk, Liverpool don't really have much options in the centre half position. But overall, it was a great afternoon. Congratulations to Crystal Palace and Liverpool. More encouragement heading into the new season, because losing the Community Shield is not the end of the world. And I'm sure that Liverpool are one team that are familiar with that. And I'll see you on the next video. Adios.